hold up your hand and say, you know what? I did this. I did this.
Welcome to Cards and Constellations with Bonnie Morris and Don Rumor Rivera from Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Here, we blend astrology and tarot to guide you through the twists and turns for the week ahead. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share. Let's dive into your cosmic journey together.
Okay, let's start the astrology. We're going to start out, as always, with the moon. This is for the week of July 14th through the 21st. Now, we're going to have, on the 17th, the last quarter moon. And as we have always said, the last quarter is when we celebrate our successes and then start to turn away. Now, to understand what we're celebrating, this quarter moon is in Aries at 18 degrees. Now, we have to step back, okay, last quarter. So we go all the way back to March 31st of 2022. It's in Aries at 11 degrees. This is a rather long step back. It's more than normal. Okay, so that's when you set those intentions, March 31st of 2022. So look back in your journals, your notebooks, wherever you've been keeping track. That's the project we're talking about. The first quarter moon was on December 29th of 2022 at 0 degrees, 48 minutes of Aries. That's when we did all the work on that project. Then the full moon came in October 17th of 2024 at 24 degrees of Aries. That's when we saw everything and we made changes that needed to be made. And now we're celebrating its success. It is complete. And then we're going to turn away and look for the next new moon in Aries. Now, it's always important to understand when it's in Aries, what does that mean? Well, we can solve problems faster than normal. It'll be important to try to slow down. Now, this moon, the last hour or two, is actually moved into the sign of Taurus. And what does that do? Well, your safety and security are going to be in the foremost of your mind. The need to be stable. It won't be easy. For those couple of hours, you need to learn to accept the changes as part of life. Find your own self-respect. Don't seek things through material ways. Okay, so let's talk about the void of course. Void of course, we have a couple of them. The first one is on the 15th at 10:09 when it leaves Pisces, and then it goes into the sign of Aries at 9:33. So we have an 11-hour void of course there. And remember, we never start new projects. We finish up everything that needs to be finished, but don't start anything new. Then on July 17th, that's when we have the quarter moon at 5:37 p.m. All times are Phoenix, so it's Mountain Standard. It leaves the sign of Aries at 5:37 p.m. and it moves into Taurus at 1 a.m. on the next day. So that's, dinner time, and the rest of the evening, you don't want to be doing anything. Resting is always good. Then on July 19th at 11:43 in the evening, it's going to leave Taurus. This is a rather short one. And then at 3:22 a.m. on the 20th, it moves into Gemini. On the 21st at 12:57, it will leave Gemini and then move into Cancer the next day at 5:26 in the morning a.m. So we have some more than just a few minutes on each one of these. The shortest one here is about 4 hours. So take notes of those and make sure you don't start projects that you don't want to repeat. Now, let's see what's in your sign. Okay, Aquarius, you have a couple planets that rule your sign, both Saturn and Uranus. Saturn this week is in a square to Jupiter. This can leave you with an inner tension and uneasiness, a tension and urge to expand or play it safe. There's a courageous choice there that you need to make. Saturn is also in a sextile to Pluto. Now, this is going to add intention only in the form of resolve, ambition, deep, purposeful work, and a lot of power through responsibility. Now, Saturn is trine to the sun, giving integrity, wisdom, patience, reliability, and a calm approach to life. And that will help you earn respect. You are very dependable and capable, and this is all showing. And both these planets together are in a sextile, bringing tradition, innovative support, which just screams Aquarius. Excellent problem-solving skills are there. You can take your ideas and bring them to fruition. You're very progressive, and this offers the ability to be grounded. That's something new for Aquarius. You're an air sign. This will help you be grounded. Make some mature decisions with some creative thinking. Think outside the box. You're good at that. The last thing I'll mention is that later this week, the sun goes opposite Pluto. That's just adding more tension to tension between your identity at its core and the deep forces of change that Pluto wants, and he will get. You can't change that. Could be a power struggle, so be careful. Use caution if you seem to attract some intense relationships. This might be one reason. And if they have cycles of transformation, death, and rebirth, could be another reason. Don, what does the tarot say for Aquarius?
Okay, this is a week for you to hold up your hand and say, you know what? I did this. I did this. I don't know why specifically you need it. The cards will probably tell us down the road why that is the case as we look a little closer. But this is a week for you to say, you know what? I need to celebrate life. I need to celebrate even if you believe they are small little incremental victories, that doesn't mean the world does. The world may see them as big victories, but because you have this imposter syndrome and think, oh, I'm never good enough and I can never do this, you may not take the limelight. You may not be comfortable with it, but I'm telling you, this week, let yourself do that. The card that is the energy for you this week in your environment is the Magician card. I'm liking that. So all things are possible. When you're putting something out there, you can create energy, you can create fun things, you can create positive energy, you can create positive results, but it all depends on you, and that's the energy in your environment. So remember, if that's the energy in your environment, anything can be created and made, then celebrate, and in the celebration, you may be surprised at what comes from it as well. Again, bring it into reality. The next card out is an 8 of Pentacles. So I would not be surprised if this celebration card is celebrating something around education. Is it a graduation? Is it your graduation? Is it a graduation of your child? And therefore you to a certain degree, you kind of can take a little bit of credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Or this can be your own graduation. This can be maybe a graduation from a tech school. This could be a graduation from maybe a learning thing, something you've been maybe like an intern program, like an internship or something like that, where you learned from a master and now you finished that, so now you're moving on. Or this could be a life lesson. Maybe it's time for you to celebrate a life lesson. Maybe something happened over the last few weeks, and when the last week closed out, you had finally said, you know what, I'm getting it. I mean, the universe has been smacking me on the head with a 2x4 and I didn't see it, and I finally got it. I've learned my lesson. I'm taking the victory out because I will not make that mistake again. You know, this could be you having the propensity to go to the right kind of person or the wrong person, right for you, but you know they're not right for you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. And so you finally is like, you know what? I'm just finally over that relationship, and I've gotten over the hurt and the pain, and I've gotten the lesson. So you take the victory lap again, that you learned the lesson. You're not going to go after that kind of person again because you know it's not a healthy situation. So it doesn't necessarily have to be economics. This can be relationships. This can be also, you know, your kids. Your kid played you. Your kid played you again. And you're like, darn, I can't believe this. And finally you say, you know what, as a parent, I'm not going to get played again. I'm not going to do it. Look at my face. I'm not going to do it. So many different ways to read this, but do the victory lap. You learned something. You learned a very valuable lesson, and take the W when you get one. Take the win. The next card out is this High Priestess, and the Empress. And so that Empress is the fertile energy. So off of your victory lap, with your victory lap comes that new beginning, that new start. So we're doing things differently this time. We're not going to repeat the habits. We're going to do things differently, and we're going to grow from this. And that's what this is about. So it's like, okay, dream big. What do you want? What do you want to do now? Where do you want to go next? How do you want to use this lesson that you learned, and so forth? And this is the Three of Pentacles. So I'm going to give you two options there on that one, the way I see that, because as soon as I picked it up, I got one thing that really is kind of an opposite of what this is. This card is usually a counseling card. It's a looking to people to get advice and to understand. And turn to, like, if you're looking at, say you want to buy a house, you're looking to a realtor. Say you want to build a house, you're looking to an architect. Say you want to build a future of economics, you look to finance people, that kind of stuff. So this could be, as you move forward in this new beginning, that you're asking people's advice. But don't be surprised if with this graduation, it's you being the advisor, you being the doctor, starting your new job, again, the brand new job as a physician, as a lawyer, as a counselor, as an architect, anyone who does services and provides services and information to people, this will be it. So if that's the case, guess what? Your career's off to a good start already. You're going to quickly move into it. You're going to leave school and go right into a job. You're covered. And again, with the Pentacles being here and the happiness, with Pentacles and the Cups, it means you're going to be making good money too. So the money and the economic situation will resolve itself. You're worried about school debt? Don't worry. It'll resolve itself. You're worried about, can I afford this? It'll resolve itself. Get the job, take the job, and get it rolling. So this is an interesting read. You can read this a few ways, which I did. But the most important thing is this week, give yourself a victory lap and then get ready to start that next step in your life. And I wish you well. I think this is exciting. Ms. Bonnie, what say you in reference to astrology?
Well, we were talking about attracting intense relationships. We were also talking about making courageous choices, not doing the same thing over and over again. So the energy is pretty intense this week, but I have no doubt Aquarius can get through it.
Oh, absolutely. And do it with a smile. Do it with a smile. And while they're smiling, what else can they do to help us smile a little bit, Ms. Bonnie?
Oh, we smile so much when you hit that subscribe button down in the lower right-hand corner. Hit that little bell, set it to all. Then when we post a video or go live, you'll get a little notice. Now, if you've done that on my channel, Your Love Goddess, hop over to Dawn's channel, Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Do the same thing there. That's the second time you're going to hit subscribe and set that bell to all. When you're done with that, third time's a charm. Go to Cards and Constellations. This is our new channel. And hit subscribe, set it to all, because it won't be very long, and that's the only place you'll find these videos. So do that, and we smile a lot.
Additionally, please, if this resonates with you, leave us a message. If you'd like to communicate with us, additionally, leave a message on the channel and we will respond. We always do. Should you like a private reading, let us know. You can reach out to Ms. Bonnie or myself. Our information will be in the description down below. And with that said, we're going to let you go. Have an amazing week. Love, light, and blessings for Ms. Bonnie and her family, and me and my family, to you and your family. Until next week, hang strong and take your victory lap. You've earned it. Bye.